Thanks for joining us for another episode of our Do-It-Yourself inspection series. Today, we're going to take you out to a mid-80s apartment complex. It's got vinyl siding, shingle roofs with no soffit overhangs. It's got clubhouses and carports. We'll see wood trim. We'll see a variety of issues. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a common damage area. It's called a roof-to-wall intersection. And in this particular video, you're going to see a busy intersection. We've got roof slopes, we've got windows, we've got walls, we've got all that stuff draining directly over a door. Guess what? According to the property manager, this area is a common spot for leaks and drips and things like that. So this is where multiple trades come together and they don't quite think about what the other guy is doing. And so, stay tuned.
Welcome to the Building Doctor Show with Jens Johansson.
Okay, today we're looking at one of Alex's properties. Alex is the area maintenance manager of this property, and he has been kind enough to let us take a walk around his building and help him define some maintenance issues that need to be addressed. And so, thanks for letting us be here.
Sure.
One of the things you were talking about was storage room doors. Did you have a
an issue that we identified where during the heavy rains that we had, water was dripping in through one of the windows here. And so from my perspective, it was easy to know that I had a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Water was getting into the building. Mm-hmm. But we needed more information to say, is that coming from a gutter? Is that coming from a flashing? Is that coming from a roof? Is that a chimney?
What window was it?
It was the little slim window adjacent to that storage door.
Oh, okay. On the top deck?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a busy intersection there. So you've got a high roof, a chimney, a low roof, couple of windows, a door, and a deck. And so a lot of water is flowing down the center roof, tries to divert and flow around the chimney, comes down the valley right to the corner of that little window. And so you've got roof, siding, window install, you've got 3 or 4 different trades working in that area, and it makes it just kind of I thought you were going to do that. I thought you were going to do that. So that's what we see once we open up those areas. But you're, especially in a valley with a window right behind it, and actually you can see the staining under the gutter on the left side right to the door. You can see water just flowing right out there. Having that window intersection right below that valley is kind of like, a fire hose. You're just getting blasted. So if that area isn't flashed perfectly, it is going to have some problems like you're talking about. So how I would address that, I'd pull the gutter, I'd pull the roof fascia, I'd pull some of the upper window trim and just get an understanding of what's going on in there. And you'll find the mislap or the gap in between your WRB and your roof flashing. It's likely a piece of roof step flashing that goes up to your chimney that's missing, or maybe we add that and divert it so it kicks it out so it doesn't come right down against the wall. But yeah, you might have some water damage in that corner to address, but that's how I'd fix that.
Absolutely, so many details coming in.
Right, you've got two different roof levels, a valley, a chimney, a window. I mean, there's a lot going on there. So, yeah, I would expect to find, it's a high probability area to find problems. So,
absolutely.
So coming back to the sunshine and the lit up wall and the drying and wetting that we see on the wall. So at the end of our gutter, we have what's called a roof to wall intersection, and we can see dripping coming off of the gutter area or that connection area. But on that 3rd or 4th row down, you can see quite a bit of water, and that's logically at one of the seams. So there's a lot of water in that siding that's stuck there and draining back out. I would expect to find some water damage sheathing at that location. We don't know for sure till we open it, but this is a good visual clue. Another piece, I see a little piece of siding that's missing up in the corner, again at this roof to wall location, and you can actually see the water stains on the gyp sheathing up in this corner. And again, that's a roof to wall. It might be have a higher flow of water to it. So I see a few things on this elevation that I'd be concerned about. Visual wood trim clues. So I'm going to look at the corner or the end of this fascia, and I'm also going to look all the way up to the chimney cap trim. Let's start with the wood fascia. We actually have moss growing out of the seam. So there's a lot of water getting into there. Now that happens to be at the end of a gutter run. So if there's any water that's splashing over and just really saturating that piece of wood trim, see how it's not doing it over there? Why do we have extra moss growing out of things? Then go all the way up to the chimney cap, and you can see the right hand of the chimney trim, actually even the left hand too. That piece of wood trim has pretty much reached the end of its usefulness and has water damage on it. Hey, thanks for watching this episode. Hopefully you picked up some tips and tricks on how to identify and avoid water damage on your building. I know this was a great 80s looking building, but if you follow our channel, you'll see all sorts of different buildings where we look at stucco and other types of siding, brick, windows. Check it out. Thanks for watching.